All right, guys, I think we're live. So the whole point of this video is to really just show my string changing process. I did break a string today, which I rarely do, but it broke down here on the broke down here by the saddle. So the whole point of this video, let me turn this down, because there's a little bit of a lag between what I'm doing and what I'm actually saying here. Let's unplug this so I don't hear myself. So go ahead and ask any questions. Feel free to ask about anything, guitar related, music related. Do you like the new John Mayer album? All kinds of stuff. So yeah, what we have here, let me move the camera over. So this is my Reverend Sensei RA. Which direction am I going here? Okay, there we go. You can see that we have locking tuners. Okay, this is really, I prefer locking tuners on all my guitars. And I have a few that don't have them that I may upgrade. Like my Eastmans don't have locking tuners on it. And I'm actually going to be working on my Eastman tonight as well, because I need to get that ready. I really love the guitar, but I need to sell it just to free up some cash, because I recently got a new computer, got a new RME interface, got some in-ears from the NAMM show. So I've spent some money, and I need to recoup that by selling a few other things here. So that's how that works in the world of adulthood. I just can't keep everything because I don't have the means. Don't have the means to rise above and beat it, as John Mayer would say. So, a great thing about locking tuners is what I'm going to do first is lower the strings here, as in like detune the strings. All right. And why you want to do that first is if you cut the string under tension, it's just going to fly everywhere and pop and, maybe poke an eye out, which you don't want to do. You want to keep your eye, right? I figured you would. So I'm not going to be able to see your comments on the screen. Maybe. No, that's just going to zoom in. Can I see comments on the screen? No, not in this way. Okay, I'm not going to worry about it. Okay. Alright, so we got loose strings here. So we're going to go ahead. I have a tool. This is a Diodario string cutter. So if you click on the link down in the description, I have an Amazon link that takes you to my store. My Amazon store. It's not a store per se. It's just like a place where I have all my links. And you can look under the accessories category. You can see this little string cutter right here. So I'm just going to go ahead and cut them. Super easy. And what I like about this has a string winder, a cutter, and a place where you can take out the bridge pins on an acoustic guitar, which is cool. I like that. Man. There's that. And then there's that. Alright, so now I'm just going to pull these out on the side here. And some people say you want to do this, one string at a time, so you don't change the height of your bridge or any of that. But it should be fine. I'm not gonna really touch my bridge. Though I may take everything off and clean it, which I probably need to do anyways. So it is what it is. So now I'm actually gonna loosen the locking nuts on the back of the Headstock tuners. And what that's going to allow me to do is this. I can just take the string and just pull it straight out. Okay? Pull it out, pull it out. And you don't have to wind the string around or anything. You literally just pull it straight out, which is great. So that saves a lot of time, especially if you're a, you know, maybe like you're a guitar tech out on the road. You know, if your artist doesn't have lock-in tuners, I mean, there's other ways of doing it pretty fast. But I just, my personal preference is I just like having lock-in tuners. So here's a few different cloths. This is from Music Nomad. I don't really think it matters which one you have. Just some kind of soft cloth that works pretty good. I had a light in here. Can I turn this on? No. I feel like it's a little dark right this second. So I'm going to pull this out. This right here. Let's shed a little light on the subject, shall we? All right, there we go. Yeah, you can see a little bit better now. All right, so guys, be sure to let me know your questions. Tell me your name, where you're from, and what your question is. And I will, from time to time, peek back here and see what those questions are. Okay. All right, so I do have some cleaner and prep, which is like a spray. This is all, this is a Dunlop product. See that right there? I think I've had this stuff for a few years. And really a small amount goes a long way. So sometimes you might want to shake it. Shake it just a little bit. Like a Polaroid picture. I know. I'm dating myself with that reference. And I'm going to go through and I'm going to clean the hardware really good. And if I end up moving, let me go ahead and take off this hardware right here. If I end up moving anything, it's fine because I'll just reset up the guitar as far as like the action and make sure everything is right where I want it. I usually like the 17th fret, the string to be about 3/32 off of the top of the fret. So I'll just double check that. Let me wipe this down real fast. This is ebony fretboard, which I really like. It's really pretty. Plays really smooth. And this particular model, this is the Reverend the Reverend Sensei RA. And what do we have here? This is a deep conditioner. So this is a fretboard conditioner. Okay, we got that. It has a little tip here, so we're just going to take it. We're going to rub it on every fret. And we're going to leave that on for a little bit, just to let it soak in before we wipe it back off. Oh yeah, this stuff is great. Now, one thing I'm noticing right now is where I play my cowboy chords. My D, my A, my C, and G. I got some fret wear right here. So I think personally, if you have some fret wear, before you start refretting your whole guitar, I think it's more important just to maybe change the 1 or 2 frets every few years. Just where the worst, because you don't need to replace all of them, because if the frets are still good, only in those 2 little spots right there, then what's the harm in just replacing those frets? and then just leaving everything. That's really a great way to save you money and not have to refret the whole thing. I don't see any harm in that, really. So if you're to the point where you got some nice dips in the frets here on the second and third frets, I would just go ahead and replace just those frets that need to be replaced and then leave everything else alone. And if you have a really good luthier, they'll be able to match your fret wire, pretty much exactly. So I don't see why not. I don't see why not. They couldn't do that. Okay. Get this headstock all cleaned off. All right, it's pretty good. Now, there are 3 different types. I'm not really sure what the difference is between them. This one's a Cascade Microphones cloth I've had for a very long time. Let's just use that one for a second. Now go ahead and wipe off this fretboard. Like so. I am in no means a luthier. I've just worked on my guitars for 25 years. I just kind of know basic setups and all that. So if you have any questions, let me know. If you have really particular questions about a certain thing about the guitar, like I'm not really great about actually dressing frets. I've never dressed any frets before myself. I like to learn because I think it'd be a good skill to have, but I would definitely mess up the frets more than helping, I'm sure. So I'm going to flip this over and I'm going to do another spray here and just kind of spray it down. Just a light mist. And then give a good rub. You want to clean your guitar every time you change your strings. And maybe if your hands are super oily, got really oily hands, you probably want to make sure you wipe your strings down after you play. I had a friend in high school, really cool guy, really great guitar player, really great musician overall, really. But he never wiped down his strings. I went to play his guitar one time and his strings were green because the oils from his hands just like stained them so bad. And it was kind of gross. It was kind of gross. Okay. So there's a basic wipe down. I can do more later if I need to. All right, so here's gonna be the test. Let's see how long it takes me to. I'm gonna clean the inside of the grooves right here, just like that. Okay, not too bad. All right, let's see how long it takes me, folks. I have a whole bag of strings here, okay? These strings are from webstrings.com. I ordered about 25 packs probably 3 years ago, and I still hadn't gone through them yet. So I want to say these are all jazz rock. Yeah, they're all 11 to 50s, so a little bit heavier. Let me just double check. I don't mind using 10s, but I like 11s. I like the heavier strings most of the time. These are all the same. So we're going to go with that. And For my style of playing, which I do a lot of rhythm stuff, I like the heavier strings. So, I'm going to take these out. And once again, here's the, get that closer there. So 11 to 50 is jazz rock, okay? I usually start with the 6th string and just work my way down. Actually, before I do that, let me go ahead and wipe down the hardware real fast, just so I don't get any corrosion or anything over time. And should be good. Shouldn't be a lot of movement there on those pole pieces. So we'll put that in like that. And usually where your hand sits on the saddle right there when you're doing palm muting and whatever other techniques you're doing. You know, you can get some oil stuff going on right there too. So just make sure you get a good wipe. Okay. All right, let me turn around. Let me check for questions here. Randy Upchurch. Good evening, my brother, and greetings from Southern Illinois. Very cool. We drove through Southern Illinois not too long ago. We were coming from Raleigh, Missouri. Celebrating my grandfather's life with pizza, family, carnival, and a little spreading of the ashes. So yeah, we were just driving through that area not too long ago. Sung Il. That's the brand name here. Interesting. All right. So my screws are facing in right here, which is fine. Sometimes I have it facing out. I think the way the grooves are looking, the thicker string is on this side. So that works for that. Randy, what kind of guitar do you play, my friend? Let me know in the chat there. All right. I'm probably not going to be that great of a timer here. We're just going to start pulling it through. So we're going to pull the string through. It's going to go up like that. It's going to go on the saddle. We're going to line up a hole just straight. Make sure the locking tuner's loose. And we're going to string it through. If I can see. Okay. Might need to loosen up the tuner just a little bit. There we go. The lock on the back. All right, so we'll pull it through. All you really got to do is just pull it tight and then start locking it down. Okay, and that's really it. I'm just going to kink it over to the side and I'll cut them all here a little bit later. But that's 3 and 6. So I need to put this on 3. So that's going to be the G string. And I'm going to put this in the hole right here. Let's loosen up the lock on the back so I can actually put the string through. There we go. And like I did before, I'm just going to line everything up. Okay. And then I'm just going to pull it tight. Lock. Tighten up the lock in the back so it doesn't move. And I'm going to go ahead and kink that over to the side. So I'm done with the 3 and 6 strings. Let's do 5 and 2. I may have to run upstairs real fast and get my measuring tool. I don't know why it's upstairs, but it is. I might put on put some bump music on or something. Who knows? What do you guys think of the new John Mayer album? I've been listening to it the last few days. I think it's really good. I like the 80s vibe. I like the, I really like the songwriting. Lyrically, it's really good. I think all the melodies just have a good, solid feel to them. And it might be one of my favorite John Mayer albums. Who knows? Just from the aspect of like it's 80s-ish. All the guitars are really tasty. We're very tasteful solos. Not a lot of shredding or anything like that. It's just good old sob rock. You know, sob rock. So let's pull the string through, tighten it in the back, and we're going to kink it over. This is going to be number 2 right here. Okay, pull that through. So this might take me a few minutes, but not too bad. All right, y'all better be answering my questions. I'm going to turn around and be like, no one's answering my questions. So I beat my daughter in chess tonight. And that's always a joyous occasion. She's only 8. So the first game, I actually played as bad as I could. And she still didn't take the opportunities to take key pieces on the board. So the next game, I was like, all right, the gloves are coming off. I'm not pulling any punches. I'm going to play like I normally play. And I end up cornering her with my queen and my castle, which was great. So she's like, Daddy, I can't think that hard. It's like, well, you got to look at the whole board. You have to visualize what each piece could possibly do at any moment. And then base your moves off of that. Okay? I'm going to have to... Forgot to loosen my lock in the back. But she'll get there. So far I've beat my 5-year-old in chess. I've beat my wife in chess. And I've beat my 8-year-old in chess. So I am the undefeated champion in my house. Which I know is not saying a whole lot. But, you know, I take my wins when I can get them, okay? I'm turning around. Hey, I hope you're doing good. Nice to catch with you. New strings, oh yeah. Strat Cat. Me and Strats were both introduced to this planet in 1954. Oh yeah, no, thanks, Randy. Central Florida, Billy. Billy, I got your email. I'm gonna forward it to whoever it may concern tomorrow. So, yeah, just confirm it. I did get your email. Okay. All right, last string, folks. I know I'm taking a while, but I usually don't work this way. I usually work with the guitar standing up, kind of between my feet, and all that. So, make sure the string is on the saddle. We're good there. All right, that works for that. I'm gonna kink this over just slightly. And I actually don't have I need a tuner. I think my tuner is actually at work. So let me do this. Let me get my gig board. Do I have a gig board? I have my pedal board. All right, let me grab. Let me grab something real fast. All right, I have a my HX especially a modular helix setup. Let me do this here so you can see a little bit of what I'm doing. And I promise I'll put it back. All right, so there is that. It's an HX Stomp. And this should be able to reach over here pretty close. I might have to turn it. Okay. So you see it turn on, so that's good. That's a good sign. HX Stomp firmware 3.10. I think there's a 3.11 now. I can't remember. It doesn't matter. So for those of you who know me, I'm a really big headrush guy. But I got the HX effects right after I got the headrush, because I sold my big pedal board. I wanted something really, really small that gives me like just tons of effects. So I got the HX effects for that. And then right before Christmas, I ended up getting a HX Stomp, which is right here. Okay. And I have a Blue Guitar Blue Box, which is a speaker emulator. Now you're probably asking, why would you use that when you can just use the HX? Well, I wanted to have an XLR output on this, and this Blue Guitar provides that for me, as well as a really good sounding IR. So especially 16 IRs in a box. So I usually just pick either like a vintage 30 or like a greenback kind of sound. And I can move the mic position either darker or brighter, and it just sounds great. So I go line in to the box and then either XLR out to the front of house, or I can do line out, headphone out, just for listening through headphones. But with all that said, let's go ahead and put it in tuner mode. And we're gonna tune it up. Alright, so now that you see what my pedal board looks like, now you can see what I look like. Hello. Alright, so what I do here, let me get this in position. So I'm just going to tighten this up until I start hearing a pitch on the strings. That lets me know I'm at least getting tension on the neck. Okay, so here's my D. Here's my G. Got a pitch on the B. All right, now I got a pitch on the E. Okay. Let's go ahead and cut off these strings here, because I don't need these dangling around anymore. So we'll cut these off right there and right here. And right here. Other than John Mayer, what other albums have you guys been listening to here lately? So I'm always looking for something new to check out. And don't be afraid. There's no guilty pleasures here with me. I literally like everything. So give me your suggestions of what you think I should check out, or even your band. Like send me links to your band music. I'll check that out too. Okay, I really will. I sit in front of a computer all day, so I'm open to just putting on music in the background and answering emails or whatever I do at work. So Alright, turn it around on checking things out. Oh. Tom's is the champion of chess. So, top wrapping. Check it out. Console, nice. Billy, I got my RME interface. I did a live stream either last night or the night before. I've had 2 live streams now with my RME, so that sounds good. I have not had time to take my my new M1 Mac to Apple support, so hopefully I'll get to do that this week. Maybe tomorrow. But yeah, that'll be next on my list to get that figured out. So let's go ahead and get this thing tuned up. Okay, something's going on here. Let's hold this part down. I'm plugged in. Oh, I probably have to be on an input. Hello. That would probably help. Alright, I'm on F. Alright. G flat, G, A flat, A. I'm on C, I'm on D flat, I'm on D. Now, before I broke my string today, it's probably been a good, I hate to say this, but it's probably been a good year since I've changed the strings on this thing. I have so many guitars. Not that I have tons of guitars, but when you have like 5 or 6 electrics, you don't play any one guitar like just all the time. So the strings still feel fairly fresh every time you pick it up, which is great. But sadly to say, I'm probably going to be selling 3 guitars here. I'm going to sell the Eastman. I have a Reverend GPS, which is a Gil Paris model. And then the Reverend Gristlemaster, which is the Greg Koch model. So if you're interested in any of those 3 guitars, send me a message here pretty soon. Wait, that's D. I want it on D. Whoops. Go low. I was going up to D for some reason. Yeah, send me a message either on my website or find me on Facebook, Messenger, or on Instagram. Whatever, and let me know where you're from. I prefer to sell them local here to Nashville, just so I don't have to deal with shipping. And I've actually, honestly, I got rid of my my guitar boxes because I thought I was gonna only sell them local. But if I have to ship it, then that's just gonna be extra cost, either to you or maybe we can split the difference or whatever. But all right. One more time. Let me go ahead and stretch real fast. Stretch the strings out. And then I'll get the Eastman on the bench. And I'll show you what I gotta do with that. And if this takes me an hour to do this, then that's fine. I'm sitting here doing what I would do normally. And now you're just being a fly on the wall, checking out the process, and maybe hanging out and just chatting a little bit. So even with 11s, I can still bend the strings really well. This is it, man. This is my Reverend Sensei RA. Try and get the headstock in there. Yeah. This thing is really thin. It has a nice cut, like a nice baffle right here. So my arm just fits on it really nice. It doesn't cut into my arm. It has a nice belly cut right here, which is perfect. And honestly, this is the perfect guitar for me. It has the rail hammer pickups. So it has a nice rock tone, but I could sweeten it up by putting it on the middle position, maybe play with a little clean sound. I can always roll off the bass contour on this knob right here. There's the bass contour. So yeah, if you ever have a chance to get you a Sensei RA from Reverend, you can probably find these guitars for around $700 or $800 used. And honestly, that's a steal of a deal right there. So I would go for it if you can. All right, so let's set the modular HX to the side here. Let's grab my Eastman guitar. Oh man, which maybe not mine for long. Okay, let me check the comments. No, don't worry about it, Billy. Any topic is open right now. I'm fine with whatever. So, let's get this back up here. Let's get this stuff out of the way. Okay. Dun 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 ba. Here's the Reverend, not the Reverend, sorry, the Eastman. Let's move the camera back down. Oh yes. Hello, gorgeous. You gorgeous. You know that, right? You know you pretty. So this particular model, this was featured in a recent Rhett Scholl video, shooting out basically a $7,500 Les Paul. They called it like some kind of special check. I heard something ringing out, which is cool. Some kind of like special custom shop thing going on. And they tried it out against the Eastman and also a Heritage Les Paul. And he was like, well, if you're only paying $1,500 for the Eastman, it's a really good deal. And I think it really is. So, but when I got this, I realized why it was a few $100s less than what it was. Because this pickup holder right here is broke. And also the volume knob right here is, actually this is the volume for the bridge. It's slightly cracked. So Eastman saw that and they sent me out a replacement part, which I have not done yet, but I'm about to do right now. So let me grab this piece and then I'll start taking off the strings and updating this thing. And I still need to do a proper review of this model, but after my review, I will probably be selling it. So like I said, if you like what you see, I can let you have this for a very reasonable price. Okay, so keep that in mind, folks. All right, I'm back. I found some tools laying around that I'll go ahead and just put over here for now. So let me show you what's in the bubble wrap. What is in the bubble wrap, Nathan? Okay, there we go. So we have, throw that over to the side. We have a new ring that's going to go right here. I think it's about the same color. That works for me. And we have a new volume knob. Okay. So it is what it is. What it is. What it is. All right. So first step. What do we got to do? We got to loosen the string. So I'm going to actually use my string wanderer here. And let's loosen them up. Yeah. Loosen, loosen. Loosen. Let's do this. Well, I still need to take all the strings off to get this thing off. All right, that's what I'll do. And I'll be sure to clean all this off and all that. Let me check the comments real fast. I spoke too soon. Yeah, Billy, I'm not gonna go full bore on the retuning just yet because I want to go ahead and get this other guitar started and get it done tonight. And I can always re-stretch my strings later. How about that? Stretch, stretch, stretch. Loosen, loosen, loosen. Yeah. And I feel like the action on this guitar got really low. So before I tighten these up too much, I might go ahead and adjust the height of the bridge a little bit to make sure that is where it needs to be. But let's go ahead and do some cutting here. These strings out of the way one at a time. Billy, what kind of guitar do you play? I know Randy said he was a Strat Attack guy. He's a Strat Cat. Strat Cat. But we all naturally move towards one thing or another. I really do like the Les Paul feel. I just think it feels good. But I like a Strat too. I like Strats. I hadn't had a good Telly in a long time. I mean, I have this Gristlemaster here, and it's great. But I don't know if if I need the tone that bad to keep it. Get that Telly sound. I'm more of like a blues rock player, so I don't need a Telly sound really for what I do here in the studio. So I'm taking these strings, I'm just kind of winding them around themselves like that. I try to get my daughter to learn how to make like string art, like bracelets and rings and stuff, but I think it's too advanced for her 8-year-old mind right now. And I don't have the time to figure it out. So if anybody wants strings, I can throw them in the mail and donate them to the cause. If that's what needs to happen. Save the wells and save the strings. Use them for other stuff. Twisting them around. But otherwise, I'm going to throw them away. I just don't need them. Alright, let's get this thing a good cleaning. And let's fix this this pickup ring here, and let's switch out the volume knob. And we'll move on. Okay. So I am live streaming right now with the Mevo. I think it works pretty good. And I'm viewing my Mevo viewpoint on the actual phone right here. So I can, like, if I want to zoom in, I can just zoom right there, which is cool. Or I can zoom over here. Or zoom right there. Or whatever. Or I can just double tap and it'll zoom back out. So that's ways of, there is a multi-cam app. If you have multiple Mevo cameras, you can do that kind of stuff, which is cool. Clean, clean, clean. I love the top on this thing. It's really pretty. See how it kind of pops out at you there a little bit. It's cool. All right, let's go ahead and take the loosen these screws here. Let's do this first. Let's loosen this screw. Take that all the way out. I'm not sure how it broke, but it did. Either in shipping or maybe it was just like that in the store. They didn't feel like fixing it themselves, so they just knocked off a few $100 and called it good. Who knows? But they made me a deal I couldn't refuse. Alright, so this is a Seymour Duncan Classic SH1B. I'm not sure what that means. Not sure. But there's that. So we usually have something where we have the spring on either side. Let's we can always do the proper thing and maybe put this thing down. I don't know if that helps at all protect the finish, but we'll do it. All right, let me turn around. Let me check the comments. I spoke too soon. Guitar yoga. Sure. All right, guys. If you haven't chimed in yet, let me know your name, where you're from, and have you listened to the new John Mayer album yet? Because inquiring minds really want to know. I mean, they really do. All right, so let's take the spring out. Take this groove out here. And then we'll take this other one. I think it's about the same color. If it's not, I don't think it's going to be that big of a deal. I feel like this one's a little bit creamier, maybe. I don't care. It doesn't matter. That's rock and roll, man. It's rock and roll. Clean off the pickup a little bit. Like so. Oh, those idiots. Alright, maybe I can't. Well, maybe I can. No, they sent me... Alright, I'll show you what they did. Oh, man. That really stinks. I didn't want to have to deal with this. So this is what the thing looks like. Okay, see that? See how it's curved on the bottom? They sent me one that's actually a replacement for the neck and not the bridge. But let me just set this down in here and let's see what it even looks like. Yeah, see, that doesn't work because it's straight and it's got to be curved. It's Gotta be curved. All right. Well, that sucks. That really sucks. And this knob doesn't match the other knob at all. All right. Well, I'm not going to be selling this guitar anytime soon because I have to wait to get the proper replacements for this thing. So I'll try to go back through my messenger and find the guy who sent me this and be like, hey man, this is for a bridge pickup. You gotta send me a bridge pickup ring and the right replacement for this knob, because otherwise it's not going to work. Now I could probably go on Amazon and just look up this pickup ring and you know, get one tomorrow. Probably pay a few bucks. Which honestly, it'd probably be a lot faster if I just did that. Probably would be a lot faster. Alright, well, I was really hoping to get this done tonight, but it doesn't look like it's gonna happen. Alright, let's move on to my last guitar here. I'll just hang this back up on the wall. And I'll get to it another day. Which stinks. Really stinks. Really, really, really stinks. Let's actually do this. Let's put this back on. And let's just tighten down the screws so it somewhat keeps the pickup in place. Well, have you ever had that happen to you? You get knee deep into a project and you realize, hey, I got the wrong parts. And it's not fun, and it happens to the best of us. Man, oh man, I can't believe it. Can't believe it. So I'm going to have to find a replacement for the a top that has like a reddish tint to it. So that way it matches the other ones. And find a pickup guard that is more of a tan color. Because this one's more of like a cream kind of look. And, you know, it is what it is. Let me show you this real fast. This is what I've been using for my strap locks. This is an Ernie ball strap, like a little, like rubber, basically like a rubber washer. You can also get them from Fender. Fender has the same kind of thing. But these are my new strap locks. I've used Dunlop for years, like the strap lock, like proper Dunlop strap locks. And I think for me, the Ernie ball or the Fender rubber washers are just perfect. So there's that. Hang this back on the wall here. All right, last guitar. Oh, I can do this other guitar, which I have to get the soldering out for that one. But this is my new guitar. I just got this at the NAMM show. And what's cool about it is this. You can flip this over and you can pull straight up and you can take the pickups right out of the guitar. And then you can take some other pickups and you can just plop it right in there like that. So now I just went from a Tele to a Strat. Now let me go over some thoughts I have on this guitar so far after having it in my possession for a few days. I'm not sure of the measurement, but I feel like this bridge, I feel like all these pickups should be slightly spaced out a little bit more. It was like he probably should have made this cut a little bit closer to the bridge over here. So that way the whole section could be taken out. And what that would do is he could still have this lip right here, but he would just have maybe like a block going over this way or something. A little bit more meat right there. And because I feel like these pickups are just too close together. Or maybe it doesn't matter. I don't know. But regardless, I think this, if I'm looking at my other guitar, the neck pickup should be a little bit closer to the neck. And then the middle can be moved down slightly. And then the bridge can be a little bit closer to the actual bridge itself. I'm you know, this is a Reddick guitar brand out of Savannah, Georgia. And really, I bought into the system of being able to take pickups in and out. So I guess if the neck is not as close to the actual neck or to the actual fretboard, it's not as, it's a little bit brighter of a neck sound, but also you get a little mellower bridge sound since it's not so close to the bridge. So it's a trade-off. You know, it is what it is. But let me run upstairs real fast and get my my gauge so I can measure how far these are. And I can also raise the, I need to raise the saddles on this a little bit. Okay, so take a quick break. Maybe listen to some Mayer. Nice sunset burst there. Ovation. Man, is a Jackson Bengal Tiger. Cool. All right, guys. I'll be right back. Y'all talk amongst yourselves. All right, I ran upstairs. I don't know why this was upstairs, but it was. So this has all my my Allen wrenches and a little bit bigger Phillips head with the cobalt blue peeled off. I don't know how that happened. But this is my tool. This is my my little measure stick that I use for you know, measuring things. So let me flip the camera back up here. Hello, I'm back. So what I'm looking at here is I'm going to measure the height off of the 17th fret. And right now we're shooting almost 2/32. Like I said, depending on what it is, I like 3/32, especially on a Les Paul. That just gives me like a little bit more space underneath the strings. And then the high E string is about 2/32 right now. So what I'm going to do, let's find a small Allen wrench I can use to adjust this. There's that. And they work. Okay. So when you raise the saddles, it raises the pitch just slightly. Because you're actually tightening the string. Okay, let me check the comments here. Chat disconnected. Why? Why is it disconnected? Oh well. So I'm just doing like a little half turns on each one. And let's see where that gets me. So I'm starting here. I'm just going 180 degrees. 180. And then 180. Okay. There we go. Maybe bring this one down a little bit. Alright, so what I'm going to do, let's go ahead and let's plug in. And let's make sure we're in tune. Because you don't want to check this without being in tune. See, I went all the way up to G on that, or G flat. So it raised the pitch considerably. So now I'm on B flat. So that raised the pitch to a half step. Here's E flat. Let's go down to D. A flat, go down to G. C. Let's go down to B. Then E. Let's go down to E. Alright, cool. Now let's measure. Let's do some measuring. Bindings and picket frames for bone. Bone white. Yeah, it's possible. That is possible. So now I'm just above 230 seconds, maybe almost 2.5. Then on the top, man, that's hard to see. I'm almost at 330 seconds. I mean, almost. So okay, let's check the other ones. B string is just shy of 30 seconds. G string. D is hitting 3. A is hitting 3. And the low E. Low E. Let me find a pick here. Let me get a pick. Let's use this one. What pick is this? This is the Holy Watt Boutique Amplification. Pretty sure I got that 2 years ago at the NAMM show. All right, let's go turn off the let's turn off the phantom power on this so I can reuse this cable. And I'm going to plug my my blue guitar speaker in. And that's not going to work. I want to be able to hear my, oh, hold on. Hold on. The other end needs to be plugged in, folks. That would probably help. So RME channel 9. There we go. Let's turn down off all my effects. All right, let's go to a twin reverb. All right, I do get. Let me show you the other issue I have with this guitar. So these are true single coil pickups, and I'm getting a lot of noise. A lot of hum, a lot of buzzing, which I'm not too happy about. So, I know this is a great system that you can just pop them in and out. There's gotta, I'm gonna have to switch out these pickups for something else, because that's not gonna work. The whole goal is to have this for the studio, and I can't have noisy pickups in the studio. It's just not gonna work. So, and I don't want to have to like face a certain way and hold my leg up and, you know, it just like that. That is a horrible sound. Horrible. Horrible. So, I'm not going to dog the craftsmanship on this guitar, but there's got to be some kind of like something in this cavity right here that shielding. That's the word I was looking for. There has to be some kind of shielding in here, first of all, to not have that noise. And if he doesn't yet, he definitely needs to have something. So, but other than that, the pickups sound pretty good. Alright, now, the other issue I'm having. I don't know if you can see this or not. This is going to be hard. Let's see, let's move this out a little bit. Let's turn the camera down. Like so. Alright, now, I don't know if you can see this or not. My friend at church, he was like, oh, well, maybe you can recut the nut or something. I'm not sure. But some of these frets, they're a little too close to the E string. As in, I see a lot of inconsistencies here. Like this is farther from the edge. But as it goes up, like the second fret is a little closer. The third fret is closer. The fourth fret is closer. Then it starts moving away a little bit. But the problem is this string is right on the edge of where that baffle is. Not baffle, beveled. It's a beveled edge. And you can actually bevel your frets too much to where you actually the string is just sitting too close for comfort there, and the string falls off the edge super easy. So if I'm not careful, that's what can happen, which I'm not too happy about. So this is a prototype, like I said, and I'm just gonna have to contact them and be like, hey man, this is a cool guitar. I really like it, but there's two main flaws. The shielding in the pickup cavity, and also the beveled edge on this fret is just too close to the E string. So you're either going to have to make me a new neck with new frets and do something with these pickup cavities. So I think the official launch is going to be close to November. And right now he's about to have some pre-sales going on. So I think the first 15 are going to be a certain price, and then after that they're going to go up. So if you like what you see, I mean, this is a cool guitar. I mean, I love, let me get this in the shot here. I love the edge and the routing here on the body. It's very comfortable on the arm, which is great. I love that. We have a nice belly cut right here going all the way around, which is nice. Okay. The neck is actually pretty good. I feel like the neck is pretty standard width for a neck, and the thickness is pretty good. I don't have my calipers out right yet, but I would say that the neck is probably 0.7, 0.75 in thickness at the first fret, and then probably maybe just a tad bit thicker on the 12th fret. Sorry, you can't see me anymore. Sorry about that. Here we are. So yeah, I'm being really picky because I just spent a good chunk of money on this thing, but it's gonna be worked out. I'm gonna hold his feet to the fire and be like, look, dude, there's some things on here we gotta fix in order for me to be a happy customer. And I checked out his website. I mean, his website is super dope. He has some really good ideas for guitar manufacturing. I think just everything about it is very unique. Sorry, I'm trying to get this in shot here. I mean, that's a cool body. I think it's a cool body. Then when you take the pickups out, you're like, whoa, where'd it go? Where's the middle of your guitar, man? You know, let's put the Telecaster pickups back in here. We can test out the noise level on those suckers. So you can see I just put it down. Let me show you where they connect here. So that's, hello, I'm trying to do it. All right, there we are. So there's where the connection is right there. Okay. A little bit of groove spot right there. Then the other spot's right here. There we are. That's where the connection is right there. It actually feels a little loose. So let me tighten that down. If I can. All right. Nice and tight. So we're placing that back in. Like so. So now I turn my Strat into a Tele. But once again, we got the noise. We got the hum. We got the noise. It's not going to work. And he said these are bare knuckle pickups. But at this point, I don't care what they are because they're noisy. So something needs to happen. I didn't notice this at the NAMM show. I didn't notice the noise. But definitely here in the studio, where all my other guitars are nice and quiet, this is the guitar that makes all the noise. So that's not going to work. Let's put on some valve driver. I don't know if you can hear that or not, but that's what's going on. More spare closer than that. I'm checking the comments right now. Yeah, it'll be fine, Aaron. He's a cool guy. We'll get it sorted. But yeah, I'm using Total Mix right now to mix my guitar through the speakers. So. Alright, so that was the neck pickup. Here's the bridge pickup. So once again, let's look at the pickups here. There we go. So usually this neck is a little bit closer to the actual fretboard. And then usually this bridge is a little closer to the bridge. So we're getting a brighter neck and we're getting a warmer bridge tone from these Tele style pickups. So it is what it is. Do you like that? Do you not like that? What would you do in this situation? Right? What's cool is in the future, he can have like two P90s right here. He already has a set with two humbuckers, which is really cool. He can do like a HSH or a SSH kind of configuration. But if you put two singles, I don't know, it's just kind of crazy because if you put an SSH, you're not going to have a lot of room for that H right there. You'd have to move over. It just doesn't make a lot of sense. Doesn't make a lot of sense. When you look at the traditional pickup configuration and the distance between the different pickups. So, did I make a bad move? Did I make a good decision? I don't know. I think it is what it is at this point, but and if I just hate it down the road, I can just throw it up on eBay. Be like, hey man, get you a Reddick for a really good deal. After I, fix the pickup issue, obviously. Because listen to that. Listen to that buzz. That's bad. That's really bad. Even when I put my hand on it, it quiets it down a little bit, but it's still there. So. Tom's World, he has a guitar. What is that guitar, Tom's? Let us know in the chat. Let me get my new slide out here. I got a mag slide. See that? Mag slide. This is a magnesium slide, which is really neat. See, it's crazy. Look at that. When I put my arm right over the area, it's like totally quiet. Oh, sorry. I turned the volume down. That's why it was quiet. I'm an idiot. I'm like, man, it's really quiet now. But not no more. Alright, it's pretty cool. Now, do I like the height of the strings? Do I like the height of the strings? Let's do a few little scales here. I think the low E string could come back down, actually. So let's do that. Let's bring this down a little bit. So I'm going to go back the other way. Man, that noise is crazy. All right, let's put it back in tuner mode, so we can tune it. So when you lower the string, it makes it flat. When you raise the strings and it makes it sharp. I don't know how long I've been going. YouTube is not telling me. Yeah, I mean, acoustically, it's a great sounding guitar. Let's look at the string tree here. That's a pretty nice string tree. Check that out. Check it out. It's pretty cool. Now these either feel like 10s or they feel like 9s. I'm not really sure. Let's look down the neck here. The neck is nice and straight, which is great. And what's really cool is I can take this piece out totally. And I don't have to take the strings off to switch out pickups, which is really cool. I do like that idea. I do like that. All right, I'm not done yet, folks. Not done yet. Let's go ahead and change the strings on this thing. Let's see what it feels like with some 11s on there. Okay, so we're still going. Still going. Oh, wow. This thing is loose. Loosey goosey. We'll check that here in a second. All right, anything else you guys want to talk about? I think the Summer Olympics is starting here either tonight or maybe tomorrow. I knew it was coming up pretty soon. I'm actually going to use these for a second. These I can cut these a little bit faster. These have a spring action to them, which allows me to cut. All right, Reddit guitar. Strings are coming off, and the gloves are coming off. I mean, I'm not pulling any punches on this thing. If this guitar is not perfect the way I want it, I'm gonna be like, hey man, we need to work something out. Either make me a new neck or make me a new pickup cavity that's nice and shielded or something. Because otherwise, this is not going to be usable. And I have to have guitars that are usable. And really, I mean, I got this guitar so that way it would replace like my Les Paul, my Telly, and my other Strat, right? Because that's kind of the point. It's like, hey, I got one guitar and I can just swap out the pickups and turn it into multiple different kinds. I also have another thought. The 5-way switch is working good. But let's say if you have a 2-pickup guitar on a 5-way switch, is it really reacting the same as if you just had a 3-way toggle, like a Les Paul style toggle, right? Maybe there's something in the wiring that's making it still a Stradish style wiring system versus like a Les Paul style wiring system, or like a Tele style, right? If you got, I don't know, I'm gonna have to test it with my Gristle Master over here. Let's actually do that real fast. Oh man. Okay. Here's the Gristle Master. Let's plug it in. This has a charger port right here, because these are well, see, this pickup is not that far. It's pretty far away from the neck right there, so it doesn't have to be right up next to it, I guess. But this one's still a bit farther. Let's test this out. See, here's the difference. I don't know if you can see that or not. There we go. So here's this lining up with the neck pickup on the Gristle Master, but you can see the bridge pickup is like way over here, where this one's over here. I don't know if you can see that or not. See, there's the difference. So you let me know if I'm missing out on anything there. But that's my observation. I'm checking the comments. Now that's a pretty cool idea. I could see that happening. Put one pickup and a little speaker in there. Wow. Now you're thinking. Now I am getting some buzz right here. So I don't know if it's just a computer thing or what's going on, but let's put this on the Twin. See, to me that's too bright. I can use the tone knob to bring it down. I don't know. It's fine for now. Let's put the tuner back on. Oh man! All right. Once I get the strings back on, we'll do some testing, some teletone testings, and then maybe I'll do an actual proper video this week of comparing the modular setup. All right, back to our jazz rock 11s here. Let's bring this back down like so. And there we are. So if you're new, just coming in here in the last few minutes, I'm Dr. McFarland. I get surgical with the audio, I heal people, sweet rock and roll, and I play guitar a lot. A whole lot. So much so that I hardly get anything done. But once I get done with this, let's do this way. Because I really prefer setting the guitar up a little bit. And let's also move this camera back so we have more of a shot to work with here. Yeah. How's that? Is that better? Maybe. So what I'm doing, let's get this shot where you can see what I'm doing here. Something like that. Okay, that works. I'm not going to worry about... Well, yeah, let's do this real fast. Let's put some fretboard conditioner on here. Just condition it up a little bit. This really is a pretty guitar. He had some other models. Like one was walnut, one was mahogany. And man, they were lookers for sure. I played one that had a maple fretboard. I probably should have got that one. Or I should have been like, hey, I like that neck. Can you switch it onto this body? Yeah, that would have been an option too, maybe. But when you're in the heat of the moment like that, and I don't know what I was thinking, but I saw something cool and I was like, man, I gotta have it. Let's try it out. And what's the worst that could happen? You know, I buy something and then I just sell it later. Just resell it. But for now, this is really cool. This is a fun thing to play with. And, you know, you're supporting, he's basically a kid. I mean, he's probably in his mid-20s. Maybe late 30s, maybe like late 20s, mid-20s, somewhere in there. But he's not very old. So, we're going to go in this hole right here. And we're going to bring this out. So this is going to be slightly different because I don't have locking tuners, which is fine. If I keep this guitar, I may end up putting locking tuners on it anyway. Okay, I see what he did. So I'm going to pull this back just a touch and then crimp it in and then go over itself like that. And then let's get my string winder here and let's wind it up. Okay. So we're just making a knot of it, folks. We're making a knot of it. We're changing strings on lots of guitars. This is number 3. I think a lot of this is all CNC cut. Because if you go to his Instagram and also his website, you see a lot of good pictures on there about some of the process that he goes through. I think he does speaker cabs, which is really neat. I don't need a speaker cab, but you know, if you want that kind of thing, he can do that. He can do all kinds of stuff. Really smart guy, I think. Other than the shielded pickup issue. Gotta shield them pickups, man. Gotta do it. Alright, so all I do is just bring it up to pitch. And then just kind of crimp it over so I don't get in the way of other strings. Let's go 5 and 2. Let me check the comments. Yeah. Fretboard power conditioner should eliminate that. Always fun chasing. Yeah. Well, what I did, I talked to the Furman guys. There's a Furman booth at the NAMM show. So I talked to them, and they said, "Oh yeah, your power supply is like ancient at this point. You just need to replace it because there's a lot better technology nowadays that can actually help reduce noise in your studio and also protect your equipment if there's like a power surge, you know, like a lightning storm or whatever else." So I have my eyes on a PL8. Well, I have a PL8, but I need a newer one though. I need a new PL8, is what they told me. Because the one I have is old. So I'll probably upgrade to that here in the next 6 months or so. First things first, though, I gotta get this new computer working and start thinking about a desk, like a custom desk for the studio. And I don't know, what other kind of live streams do you want me to do, guys? I can talk about music stuff, like music theory. I can talk about recording. I have this new Tascam US-24 behind me over here. I love to take a multi-track session and just mix everything on the DAW. That'd be really cool. Get a little bit of slack going on this. There we go. So those would be fun ideas for videos. But yeah, you let me know what you want to see. And I'm pretty much up for anything. Make sure that's turned. So that's tuned up the pitch. And we'll do the last one here. So we'll see what the 11s feel like on this guitar. I want to say I was watching Daryl Braun Guitar. I think it's his name, Daryl Braun. And he did a guitar build where he actually painted some kind of like shielding kind of paint inside the cavity. So I'll contact Ian from Reddick. Be like, hey, what's your thoughts on possibly like shielding paint on the inside of these modules? And that would definitely go a long way into help, especially if you're installing single coil pickups and not like noiseless or humbucking or anything. They'll definitely help cutting down the noise of the pickups there. So let me get this. I got one more string to put on, and then I can turn around and I'll check the comments. Because once again, I'm streaming on the Mevo. I'm looking at my phone, making sure the shot is okay. Okay, that looks pretty good. And last one, let me show you the back here. So the string holes are really nice. They're nice metal, recessed in there. He did a good job on those. I like those a lot. A lot. Whole lot. Whole lot. Okay. Make sure my hole lines up here. And then string it through. Like the eye of a needle, right? So I guess really the main difference in the locking tuner is you don't have to turn the post as much, obviously. But, you know, I still prefer locking tuners if I can get them. Let me get my string winder here. Man, that string is right on the edge of that baffle. I mean, it's not right on it. Like over here in this area, it's not too bad. But once you get to this area down here, I mean, that string is right on it. So if you're not careful, that string is coming off. But what's crazy is the first fret is a pretty good distance. But as you get to the second, third fret, fourth fret, really like the fourth fret and the fifth fret right here. These are the two frets that are the worst. It's just too close, man. Too close for comfort there. All right, let's plug it in. And let's tune it up. I guess I need pickups in here, right? Let's put in the Telecaster pickups. Bam. I love that though, because I mean it's such a cool concept. Of like I'm recording guitar. I want a different sound. So now you just pop in different pickups and now you have a different sound. I think it's great. Alright, we're going up to A. Going up to D. Going up to G. Which was already on G flat. Or F sharp, whichever. Now we're going up to B. So what are y'all doing on a Sunday night other than watching me put strings on? And then going up to E. Nice and slow. I hate it when I pop a string because it scares me. Oh man, I just feel at home with 11s. I really do. I like 11s. All right, let's go ahead and stretch per Billy's recommendation because you guys stretch 2 times, right? At least. And then we'll go back and check the string height. Because what I'm assuming is going to happen is the higher tension of the strings is going to pull that neck forward. And I can probably lower the strings just a little bit. Then I'll probably have to check the intonation here sometime. Maybe not tonight. I'll do that later. For an old desk skeleton. What are you talking about? Makes sense, PLHC. Ask Harrison for an old desk skeleton. I'm not sure what you're talking about. Oh, for like a new desk? That would be interesting. Alright, let's stretch it out a few more times. I love the body of this thing. Look at that. It is so cool. So cool to look at. That's really why I got this. I mean, I like the body a lot. This is not rosewood. It's like a slightly different wood. I can't remember what he said it was. I like the look of it. If we can find a way to just tweak a few things about it, I think it'd be a really cool guitar. It has potential to be like great. But right now, alright, let's take it off the tuner. So when I play my G chord, my fourth finger just, it wants to like fall right off the edge there. Woo! Those 11s are tight, man. Let's check the action here. We got just above 2, 2, almost 3 on that one, almost 3. That one's, wait, 2.5. That one's right at 3. Let's lower this back down just a smidge. A smidge is a word, folks. It really is. So we'll lower it, and then we'll tune again. Maybe just a quarter turn on these, on the A string. Yeah, that should be good. All right, let's tune it. A desk. Yeah, I don't know if they'll do that or not. I was telling my daughter my plans for a desk. She's like, "Oh, Daddy, you're silly." I was like, "Yeah, I really am." All right. Let's turn on some delay. Do a little tappy tap. Where's my time set to? Chord notes. There we go. Do. Man. Let's see. Let's see. I wonder. All right, I just moved it. Let's move it back. Moving that neck over just a tad. Nah, I don't think it helps it any. The 2nd, 3rd, and 4th fret. It is what it is. Back out of tune. Let's tune it. Sometimes you can adjust the neck either like, you know, one way or the other. Kind of help line up the string. But maybe not in this case. Alright, let's switch to the Strat. And let's get some John Mayer tones going on here. I don't know what key this is in, but it's like... Alright, let's get the 4th position. Oh, checking the comments. Alright, nothing. Oh, what you guys got to say about the new strings? Let's go ahead and cut off the excess here. Turn it down. I do like the sound. I like a Strat sound for sure. I like the sound of a Strat. Strat. All right, let's I'll plug in the Gil Paris here in a second. We'll compare the tones. That one just came right off. Great. Hopefully it doesn't hurt anything. Alright, so here's the sound of the Reddick Stratocaster. This is the 2nd position. Alright, there's that. Let's plug in. Oh! Here's the Gil Paris. Alright. Man, this just feels comfortable. Turn the delay off. Let's put on some spring reverb. So that's what the new light progression is. Basically, it's like. there's that. Let's go to the, oh, hello. Let's go to the 6-gun TL. Six-gun TL. Then shoot, what am I doing? D minor, G7, C major 7, and then A major 7 or A dominant 7. Checking comments. Gear for Music 12U product 350. Oh my. Pro Audio Desk by Gear for Music. Okay, I'll check that one out. Alright, there's that one. Let's go back to the Reddick. See what kind of tones we get with the 6-gun. Let's do second position. That's actually pretty good. It's actually pretty good. Let's raise the pickups on these suckers a little bit. Get a little bit more output out of them. About the same height. Let's actually bring the middle pickup down just a tad. Yes, and tad is a real word. Okay. Checking comments. Alright, we're good. So let me know where your thoughts are on the pickups. I think these are Golden Age pickups. The Alnico 5s from Golden Age. And that's a Stumac brand. And then we have the 6-gun TL from Reverend, and the Gil Paris model over here from Reverend. So we'll compare all three. Wah, 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 wah. I feel like I want a whammy bar right there. But I don't have one. I could put a Bigsby on this thing, I think. That's what he said. If I really wanted to. Alright. Back to our second position. Here we go. I'm going to have to really check the measurement on these necks. Because this one right here feels divine. It just feels so good in the hands. Feels really good. Now I want to say, I feel like the neck on this sucker is definitely thinner. Yeah, it's definitely a thinner neck. I'm going to have to measure. Do some measuring on that. So. Alright, let's go back to the Reddick again. Just keep comparing. Compare and contrast. Man. Alright, so far what I like the most about this Reddick is the body. I like the body. I'm not a big fan of the width of the neck. I feel like it's a little too narrow. I need more, a little bit more space. Alright, let's put on a lead tone here. Let's turn this down a little bit. Back up. Alright, going to the 6-gun with the same lead tone. Same lead tone, dropping my pick. Oh no. I like that pick too. Alright, taking comments. Oh man, those are super light. Those are super light strings for sure. Alright. Well, even in the sitting position, the TLs give off a little bit of a noise. So in the 2 and 4 positions, no hum. Yeah. Let's try that out with the Gil Paris. Gil Paris model. Because these are Fishman Fluence pickups, and they're supposed to be totally noiseless. So there we are. Full volume up, no noise on any of the positions. Okay, so that's neat. Now I have some DiMarzio pickups that are basically humbuckers, but they're in single coil size. So I think I'm gonna try to put those in my 6th gun right here. Yeah, we'll see what happens with this Reddick guitar. See what I can work out with it. Turn this back up a little bit. Alright, there you go, guys. Let me mute this microphone here. There we go. So, we worked on a few guitars tonight. And changed some strings. And all that fun stuff. Alright, great. Yeah, I'll get the calipers out, and I'm gonna check the width of this neck. So when I look at the strings even, yeah, I'm definitely seeing something here. So the width of the neck, or especially the nut. So the string is not hitting right over this pole piece right here. And then this string is coming up and it's not over this pole piece. So this is telling me a little something about the neck pocket. Is just slightly narrow. So let's see how far we are off here. Maybe 2 30 seconds, 3 30 seconds. All right, let me do something real fast. I'm gonna get my calipers, and we're gonna check the width of this neck because we can. Okay. So I worked at Gibson Guitars for about 10 years. And I used a pair of calibers pretty much every day for those 10 years. So I'll keep them in that drawer for now. So we'll turn it on. And we'll turn the origin on. I'll keep it on 0. Alright, so the width. At the first fret. We're at the nut. 1.57. Okay. Let's check the sensei here. And this is 1.69. So it's a little bit wider. A little bit wider. Let's check the width of the 6 gun. 1.69. Okay. Let's do all the guitars just for consistency's sake. Let's check it out here. The width of the Gil Paris is 1.7. Okay. So I think this is a standard. I want to say it's like a standard width versus like a vintage. I can't remember what it is, but whatever you call that. Hold on. Let's get this back to 0 here. Get it back to 0. This is also a 1.7. So if that's a 1.7, but the Reddick is it's a 1.59. So that's a considerable amount of change from one to the other. All right, the Eastman is a 1.74. 1.73. Wow. So that's even wider. Yeah, 1.73. Alright, so that gives me a good ballpark of what to talk about with the Reddit guy. Because this is, once again, this is a 1.58. Wow. So that's just a little too narrow for my taste. And I can definitely see it being a little bit better. With a standard Strat neck fit than Reddick. That's what it is, standard Strat versus Did you own or use any Gibsons? When I worked at Gibson, I worked in the rough mill. Chopping wood and shaping back and necks and stuff like that. Cutting out bodies. Oh, that was the very first step in the process. I would unload all the trucks, bring the wood in off the truck, and plane it down to whatever. So, will a standard Strat neck fit the Reddick? See, I don't think so. I don't think it will. Because the width over here, see, the width over here is 2, and it goes all the way down to 1.59. So that's a pretty big change, I think. Let's see what the width neck at the 12th fret over here is. That's 2.5. Let's try the 6 gun. Actually, let's try the Sensei 2.08. And then the 6-gun is 2.04. Okay. And the Reddick is back to, let's do 12th fret. 12th fret is 1.96. So it's just 15th fret is 2.8. So really, the width at the 15th fret needs to stay consistent going all the way down. So by the time it gets to the 1st fret area, so that's 1.6. Well, the other one was 1.7, and then the actual nut is 1.58. Yeah, I'm gonna, let me check the website here. Let's move this around to over here. Move this right here. Hello. So the website, Reddick Guitars.com. Oh, I'm gonna have to search for this thing. Spelled it wrong. That's what it was. Voyager modular guitar. Dun, 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 dun. About us, our story, contact, media, buy now, place an order. If you can dream it, Reddick Guitars can build it. So I might have to get him to do, if this neck is what he does normally, then I'm definitely gonna have to have him do a slightly wider width at the nut, or just really all around. It has to be slightly wider. We're gonna have to shield the pickup cavities here. And other than that, I mean, I like the headstock, I like the body, but this neck is just not wide enough for me. And it took me a little bit more of experimenting to realize that. Because really at first play at the NAMM show, it felt pretty good. I really didn't have any issues with it. But the more I play it, the more I realize but anyway, there you go. What time is it? About 11:49? Alright. I'm not sure how long I've been going. It's hard to tell. But, yep, you know it. This is the Harrison DAW controller right here. This is control anything in your DAW. Right here. Here's the Tascam US 2400. Which is kind of fun. All right. I've done enough damage for tonight. So there's that. I'll be sure to look on Amazon for for a new pickup ring and also a volume knob for the Eastman. Do a review on it and then put it up on eBay or Reverb or just Marketplace. Try to sell it local if I can. So, all right, guys. Whoa! It's been a long night. I've had fun chatting with you guys and, updating my guitars. I need to change out the switch on my 6-gun because the neck pickup sometimes doesn't work, which is not good. So really between the 6-gun and the Sensei, those are my two main guitars that just sound good for everything. There's a few issues I have to work through with a Reddick guitar. And it has really a lot of potential to be really cool. But yeah, there it is. You can see all my guitars right over my neck there. But yeah, stay tuned. Headrush, a lot of cool stuff coming down the pike from Headrush. And I need to finish more videos for my website. I have a membership if you want to check that out. You can learn about gear, music theory, and recording all in one place. And that's about it. So, thanks guys for watching. I'm Dr. McFarland. I will see you in the next video, and keep rocking.